Hello, fine shites. It's me again. Welcome back to the Trinity theory, where all your magical dreams come true. I need to make an intro. I don't have one, and I need to make one. I just got on these things called Zevia.
It's soda made with monk fruit.
And I'm super into it. This one's ginger root beer, and I'm super into it. Anyways, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I'm Trinity. I'm a magical fairy princess, and I actually came on Earth, and they said, Trinity, if you want to come on Earth, you have to have a purpose. You can't just come on Earth no purpose. And since you want to leave Fairy Mania, you have to have a purpose. And I said, I'm going to make YouTube videos. And they're like, okay, girl, run wild. And so they let me go free. And that is why I'm here making a YouTube video today. What are we talking about today, divas? Well, in the name of back to school, since it is this season, I wanted to do a little video where I explained to you all the times I rizzed up my crushes from school successfully. I did it 3 times. 3 times, and I only tried 3 times. So I'm 3 for 3, hashtag strikeout, I think. I don't know anything about baseball. But anyways, I thought this could be helpful for y'all if you're trying to rizz your crush up or you're wondering how do I rizz my crush up. I'm literally gonna tell you how I did it. Also, on a side note, I wanna say, ignore everything that's happening back there. It's a mess, but when it gets to Halloween time, I'm gonna decorate that for like Halloween-ish. So we can all just like live in the moment. Okay, enough yapping. I'm gonna get into the video on how, get your school crush to notice you. But if you want an in-depth tutorial and you don't wanna watch this video, you can get my book, How to Get a Guy in 10 Days, which is on Amazon and TikTok Shop. And it will take you through the psychology of a boy's mind and a 10-day step process of glowing up, becoming the most confident version of yourself, and in the process, getting the guy of your dreams in 10 days, guaranteed results, okay? Anyways, I'm also gonna be doing my, lashes while we, talk about this because I have to double task or else. No way I have bond and seal in here. Wow, the universe freaking provides. I thought I was out of bond and seal for the rest of my life. Any hoosers. Also, I'm so tired because I had the longest day of my life and I don't want to talk about it. It has to do with passport because I'm going to Cabo. Who? Me and my boyfriend and my mom and my sister are all going to Cabo. We're gonna have the time of our freaking lives. Okay, anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, I'm gonna do this in chronological order, aka when the events happened, and I'm gonna do it chronologically. Oh, before I get in, I wanna say I'm having so much fun making YouTube videos like this. I forgot how much I love making YouTube videos. I've been making YouTube videos since I was 13, and I freaking love it, and like I'll never stop loving it. I still love it. Okay, so I had to say that. So now let's get into it. Dude, my face is so dry. Okay, so starting first up, this was like the first guy I tried to crack on in 7th grade, and like, crack on might not be the right term because I was not trying to sleep with him. I was just trying to get fine shite to notice me. And this was in 7th grade, and for some reason, you guys, I can track back to like all my days in life, and I was like never super confident. I was frankly like very insecure, but the one thing I pretended that I was confident when it came to rizzing guys. Like I never doubted my ability to rizz a guy, and I think it's because no matter how ugly I thought I was, I knew the psychology behind rizzing a guy, and I knew like it wasn't about how pretty you look, it wasn't about how popular you were, it was genuinely about if you know what the freak you're doing and if you can get inside of their brain, which I in fact could. So I did. Where's my lip mask? Okay. So this was in 7th grade, right? This guy ended up being my long-term boyfriend of like oh wait, he wasn't my long-term boyfriend. We only dated for a few months, but I plotted on him for a very long time, and we didn't date till sophomore year of high school. This was in 7th grade. So in 7th grade, I go into my class. It is European history, and this class, I had to learn all freaking 30 European countries, you guys. Or no, there's 50. I never got 100% on the test. Anyways, so I get to this class. I sit, my last name starts with a B, so I'm always like sat up in the front. And so on the first day, I sit up in the front, and 2 seats behind me sits this boy. And I don't know why, this boy was not like on paper my usual type, but for some reason, I was like obsessed with him. I was like, that one, I want that one. And he was not a smoke show by any means. Like this man was like a very, very average shorts. He was wearing soccer shorts, like socks up to his knees, like t-shirt. Like he was not anything that I hadn't seen already. Like he was just a very average guy, but I think it's because the universe wanted us like together at the time. So like I fell in love with him. And that's the only reason I can think that this happened. So I was like, yeah, I want that one. And I started plotting right then and there. And so how I did it was he was sitting 2 seats behind me. I knew, listen, I sit in front of this guy, he has to see me. The first step of getting your crush to notice you is making sure he knows you exist. And I was like, I need this guy to know I exist. I already sit in front of him, so that's already like, I already have the upper hand there. Like he's gonna know I exist because I sit in front of him. And I did my hair so big in 7th grade. I went through this like phase. These are so sticky. I went through this phase where I crimped my hair every single day, so my hair was so big, so there was like no way in hell he wasn't gonna notice me. And so that was low-key a part of my plot. I was like, I'm gonna make my hair so big that he has to notice me. So that's what I did first. I made sure he noticed me. I wore clothes that were bright, that he would see. Like, this guy was not gonna miss me. No way was this guy gonna miss me, okay? So that's the first thing I did. Other things I would do, and this was throughout the entire school year, okay guys? When I have a crush, I know like, okay, if I'm gonna plot on this guy, I'm gonna plot on this guy, and it's not gonna be a one-day wonder. Like, it's gonna be over the course of a few months, and he's gonna know I exist, and he's gonna secretly fall in love with me while I am practically plotting on him without him knowing. So patience is the key, you guys. You have to be willing to be patient with the process, okay? The process, you have to fall in love with the process of getting your crush to fall in love with you, okay? The thing about school is you have time. Like, you're gonna see them time and time again. Like, I started rizzing him up the first semester, and I didn't get him to like me back until the end of the 2nd semester. It took the entire year, but I was persevering and I did not give up. Okay, anyways. So I start plotting. I would do this thing where I would walk by his desk, and okay, this was low-key slutty of me, I'm gonna admit this, but there's one thing I knew I had in 7th grade, and that was an ass. I had a very big ass for some reason. I don't even know why. Ow, ow, ow. Oh God. I think it's because I played soccer, so my ass was just huge. So I knew I had an ass, and I was like, you know what 7th grade boys like? Ass. Am I a big condoner of showing up off your ass? No, but I know 7th grade boys like ass. So I was like, I'll just use that to my advantage. So what I would do is I would wear leggings, and I would walk past his desk every single day in my leggings. Like, low-key slutted my ass out for a second there, but it worked. He noticed how fat my ass was, and he told me years later, he was like, I noticed how fat your ass was. And I'm not saying to like show off your body for a boy, but I knew what I had, and I wasn't afraid to flaunt it. And that was one thing. I was not afraid to flaunt my stuff. Like, I knew I had an upper hand in one degree, and it was the degree of ass. So I was like, I'm gonna flaunt that shit. Dude, I really gotta lock in on this. Hold on. Another thing I would do is I would wear perfume when I walked by his desk. So every time I walked by his desk, he couldn't help but smell me. And he'd be like, what is that amazing smell? It was me, bitch. It was in fact me. And I asked him like years later, like, did this work? And he was like, yeah, like I did remember that you smelled like vanilla. And I do haunt every man with the scent of my vanilla. Like, I am a vanilla bitch till I die. So that's what I also did. Okay. And this was just like getting him to notice I exist. This wasn't even the part where I showed him my amazing personality. So I did that for a few months. Other things I would do, I would turn around in class and talk to the people behind me because he sat right there. He could not miss me if I was literally talking to the people that sat right in front of him, and he could see my face. Like, he saw my face, like he knew I existed. So there, I got him to know I exist by doing all of those things. Making my hair big, making my outfit noticeable, walking by with my ginormous ass, and wearing perfume. And that's what did it in. Men are very simple. I didn't have to be a mastermind. I literally just had to break it down to the basics. Now, I can't give like myself all the credit because I do think fate had a little bit to do with this story, because I don't think I could have done this without my good friend Fate. Because by the grace of God, later in the school year, we ended up getting paired up in a group project, and I knew, Trinity, if you have a time to shine, it's right freaking now, so you better make this count. I knew if I wanted to show him who I was. Why WTF is the bond black? Oh my God, someone actually pranked me. This isn't true. This isn't true. I'm so confused right now, you guys. No, because that's bond. Maybe the seal's just, no, I don't actually trust that at all. Okay, anyways, so now I was like, this is my time to shine, Trinity. If you're gonna like show him that you're like worth it, like right now is the time. So we were in this group project. I knew like I wasn't the prettiest girl in 7th grade, okay? Like, I did not take time to like make sure I was the prettiest, most fine shite in the class. Like, I didn't really have time for that. Like, I looked, he was chopped, and I knew that. So it was more so about being aware. But what I did know is that I was funny, and I was gonna use that to my advantage, and I knew that. And you will always win a man over with your humor and your personality. It doesn't matter how fine shite you are. Like, if you're funny, a man will like you more so than if you're just pretty. And if you're just pretty and a man likes you, he's just trying to crack, okay? Like, give me something else. So I was like, I'm gonna crack some jokes. I made this man think I was the funniest thing. Did I contribute to the group project? No. Did they have to do everything for me? And I just said the slide? Yes. But I was the comedic relief for the group. So I was very funny, and I made sure he knew that. So the entire time we have the group project, I'm making him laugh, I'm making him giggle, and I'm making him realize, damn, like this girl is like, has a ginormous ass, smells good, and is like funny AF. Why? Why are you sticky? Oh my god, you guys, my life is really freaking hard right now. She's got away. So I show him how funny I am, and I even create inside jokes with him. I was not scared to show off my personality because like I knew that was something about myself that I actually like had. Like I was like, I have personality. Like at the end of the day, like I might not be like the finest shite, but like I have personality, and that's what made him really, really like me. And I remember this moment we shared where we were just like walking and laughing, and like it didn't matter. Why are you like this? And it didn't matter like how many fine shites wanted him. Like I was funny, and he liked how funny I was, and like that's what really got it for me. So I wasn't scared to show my personality, and I roped him in with humor. Even after the group project ended, okay? So the group project ended. We're not in a group project anymore, but during the group project, I found things out about him. I was like, okay, you know what? This guy likes soccer. I also play soccer. How can I get him to talk to me? Again, he followed me on Instagram, okay? Because for the group project, we had to follow each other on Instagram. So I was like, let me post something about soccer because we both like soccer. And you guys might think, okay, Trinity, this is dumb. It's actually not dumb. It sparks their interest and makes them think, damn, like I might have something in common with this like girl who's so funny and low-key fine shy and has a fat ass. So I posted something about me winning my soccer tournament. I go to school the next week. Boom, he says something about it because that's something we have in common. He's like, oh my god, Trinity, I saw you win your soccer tournament. Like, how was it? I sat down, I explained to him how the soccer tournament was. Next thing you know, we're playing Uno together. And the rest is history. Eventually, I ended up dating him my sophomore year of high school because I kept him in the loop. Like, years later, I remember I was like, oh, I still like this guy. I hit him up randomly one day in July, just hit him up on Snapchat, started talking to him, fell in love with me all over again. Like, you guys, it's really about like showing him that you are funny, showing him that you are like have a personality and that you're fun to be around and that you guys have stuff in common and things to talk about and like persevering. Because I did that through the whole year of 7th grade, and it low-key gave me something to look forward to when I went to that boring AF class that I didn't learn anything in. Hashtag college dropout. So that was my first story of how I successfully rizzed up my crush and got him to like me even though I wasn't even fine shite at the time. I was very much mediocre shite. So that was in 7th grade, okay? So I've been having rizz. Next up, chronological order, my freshman year of high school. This story I think back on and I'm genuinely like, how did I do that? Like how in the, like, why did I think in any like way, shape or form that was okay for me to do? But I was like, she had hella confidence. Like this story still doesn't make sense in my mind, like how I did this. But anyways, what I remember myself being like my freshman year of high school was like super insecure and like quiet, but I had freaking rizz. If I had something, it was freaking rizz. So let me tell you the story. So we're in biology class. It is the first day of the second semester. I recently had just broken up with my boyfriend, so I'm low-key heartbroken and in my rebound era. So I sit down in biology. Emo AF. I'm emo. I'm gonna insert a picture. Emo. Okay, so, well, I wasn't emo, but I definitely was like some sort of alternative type of vibe, and I mess with it high key. So I sit down, and in biology, like we have the same people that were in our class last semester, except I see one new kid walk into my class, and he was my type to a T. He was tall, lanky, glasses, brunette hair, nerdy, and I was like, that's my type, because at the time it was. If you guys know what my boyfriend looks like now, you'll be very confused, but like at the time I wasn't a nerdy guy, and like that was just it, like no regrets. So that was that. So I was like, I need this guy. So I let that simmer, okay? I let him get comfortable in class. A few weeks go by. Oh, by the way, there was 2 empty seats in the class. One next to me and one next to another guy, and there was 2 new kids in the class. And I was like, if the fate of gods love me, like they will sit this guy next to me. And I was like praying and hoping. No, the other new guy got sat next to me, not this guy. So I was like, fine, looks like I'm gonna have to work my magic. Thanks for testing me, universe, and pushing me out of my comfort zone. So I let a few weeks go by. I've been watching this man from afar, not creepily, just being my cute dainty self in the bath of class, watching him from afar, and I'm like, it's time to make money moves. One day, we are doing like busy work. So we're just sitting there working, and he has an empty desk next to him. And I have no idea what provoked me to do this, but I, in the midst of us doing busy work, sat up in front of the entire class, walked over and sat my ass down next to him. I don't know why. Like, I just don't. Like, the teacher wasn't teaching, but I sat my ass down next to him, and I literally just started talking to him. I was like, I'm gonna talk to this guy. Like, I don't care. I want him. And I went and I sat next to him, and that was a bold ass move, but guess what? No one in the class even freaking noticed, I don't think, because everyone was too busy noticing themselves. Like, that's the thing you gotta realize, guys. No one notices what you do except really you. Like, no one's really paying that close attention to you, so just do whatever the F you want. Let me put this on before I continue my story because I need to lock in. Okay, so I sit down next to him and I look at him and I'm like, so like, when did you get transferred in this class? Like I just started asking freaking questions. I was like, when did you get transferred in this class? Like where was your last class? And he was explaining to me, he ended up being a junior, which was a red flag, and I was a freshman. But we ended up talking, and eventually I got yelled at to go sit back down at my seat, and I was like, you know what? F you, biology teacher. Obviously, like, you're preying on my downfall right now, but I'm gonna take the L and I'm gonna go sit down. But this guy's gonna freaking remember me because I was a confident, nonchalant baddie, and I was mysterious. Because I know he's thinking, like, I wonder why that girl sat next to me. Like, I just wonder. Like, I just can't help but wonder why she had the confidence to do that. And, like, I even wonder who gave me the confidence to do that. Okay, so I sit next to him, I introduce myself, like, he knows I exist, and that's like how it started. After that, I continued this cycle of sitting next to him. Eventually, I stopped sitting next to him. It's about the push and pull. Okay, so I sit next to him a lot of the times, we talk, whatever. I stop sitting next to him. Then he'll come and he sits next to me. That's how I know I got him on lock. I was like, all right, like, my tips and tricks work. Like, this man head over heels obsessed with me. Just kidding, not quite yet, but I was still in the works. So he comes and he sits next to me. What do we even talk about? A lot of you guys are like, what do I even talk about with my crush? Do you know what I did with this man? I pulled up Snapchat filters on my phone and I started going through Snapchat filters and doing it with him, just like including him in my own ordeal of Snapchat filters. Like, we did, like, I literally pulled up like a heart one that was like what letter is your soulmate's first letter of their name or whatever, and like I made him do it. It was like so silly and like whatever. So we just like talked, and I like asked him, like, I think one of the things I remember asking him was like, do you know how to do this math? In fact, he didn't. He was in like the math for stupid people, so he did not know how to do the math homework that I was doing, but it was worth a shot. So just because a guy has glasses doesn't mean he's smart. It could all be a facade. I'm usually a master at this. Oh, but today I am no master. Okay, so then we even have the sex ed unit together, and this is where I could be freaky sexy, and we even sat next to each other in the sex ed unit. Like, we just became really close friends, and eventually, I don't know why, but like I just stopped liking him because I think I realized he was like a horny freaky freak, and I was like not for that. And he like tried to like ask me to go on a date, and I was like, no, like, I'm okay. But I'm glad I ventured and tried, because I wouldn't have known that I wasn't into him like that if I never would have went out and tried, you know? So I'm glad I did. My left eye always looks so much better than my right eye. So that is how I successfully rizzed up another one of my school crushes. That one was really about being bold and being confident, and it worked. And like literally not caring what anyone else thought, because like I don't know if like other people in that class thought like, why is Trinity like going and like sitting next to this guy? Like, dude, I don't care what they thought. Like, I knew none of those people really cared about me, so I was like, I'm gonna go get what I want. It's this man. And did he end up just trying to freak me? Yeah, he did, but I'm glad I got what I wanted and proved to myself that I could do it. Okay, last one. This one was my senior year of high school, and this guy ended up being my boyfriend for like a really long time. He's actually a really great guy, but I'm gonna tell you how I rizzed him up. This one I didn't actually really have to like do that much. Like, he was actually a really good guy, and like he really liked me, so it wasn't like hard, but I still like played some tricks on him. So this one was like more so like gym crush, if anything, which I think is like kind of a fun new like territory to venture into. So I'm in my senior year of high school, and I moved to Texas. So if you guys don't know, I moved to Texas my senior year of high school. It was the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but I'm glad it happened. So I had to move to Texas. So I moved to Texas, right? I'm the new girl from California, so people expect me to be hot and sexy. Actually, I just learned this. When I moved to Texas, like everyone in my youth group thought I was a stoner. They just made rumors about me. Like, they thought like right when I got there, they like made rumors that my car smelled like weed. And I was like, wow, that's like really rude, because like I don't smoke weed. And so my car wouldn't have smelled like that. But the fact that that's like your stereotype for me is like very stereotypical and low-key rude, because like my car did not smell like weed. Anyways, that's a side note. So I see this guy, right? And I'm like, I think that out of everyone in the world, this guy's the best option, and I'm going to get him because he was tall, he was sexy, he was muscular, like he was very sweet, like he was my type. So I was like, I'm gonna get this one. Oh my god, do you guys see how good this eye is and like how terrible this eye is? Like, it's really hard to be consistent nowadays. Oh god, I have to redo this eye, like it's so bad. So I was like, I get to the new school, like I already have the upper hand of being the cool, new, mysterious girl. This guy was involved in my life in like a plethora of different avenues. He was in the same youth group as me. He also went to the same gym as me, and he went to the same school as me. So I had 3 opportunities to rizz him up. School wasn't really gonna work because like he was a senior when I was, okay, I know you guys are like, Trinity, why are you taking your lashes off? Because they look like shit. You can't convince me otherwise. Okay, so I knew like I would have to like rizz him up at like youth group or the gym. So this is what I did. I see this man at the gym and I'm like, I know this guy thinks I'm cute because I'm cute and I think he's cute, so I'm gonna go make some money moves. What did I do? I walked up to him at the gym and I was like, I'm so sorry, like my phone has no service. Can I look like this movement up on your phone? Like I just don't know what it is. My trainer put it in my program. Boom! Rizz alert. Like he knew who I was from church, so it wasn't weird. I was like, oh hey, I didn't know you went to this gym. And then guess what I did? After that, you guys, I asked him, would you want to get Chipotle after this? Men that go to the gym love two things. They love being buff, they love lifting weights, and they love Chipotle. So they actually love three things. So you can like bet that a guy that like if you ask a guy if he wants to get Chipotle, the answer is gonna be yes. So I was like, no shame, like, do you want to get Chipotle after this? Like, thank you for letting me use your phone. And he said yes. And we went, oh no, it was smoothies. I asked if he wanted to get a smoothie after this, and he said yes. And me and him and my sister and his friend went and got smoothies, and we talked and we yapped and we laughed, and he was just a sweetie pie. And guess what? It worked. He loved me and I loved him too, and that was a great relationship. And it all started because I wasn't scared to go make money moves. Now you guys, you're probably thinking, okay, cool stories, Trinity. Like what does that have to do with anything that's gonna help us? I just want you guys to know, all these stories have one thing in common, and it is confidence. And it is not giving a shit about what anyone else thinks and not letting anyone else get in your way of you getting your crush's attention. I think the one thing that could have stopped me in this situation is if I cared. That's what would have stopped me. Like, I didn't. I knew what I wanted and how I was gonna get it, and I went after that, no regrets. And I got everything I wanted every single time. Anyways, I did my lashes. They're a little bit uneven, but low-key, they kind of slay. Anyways, that's like my stories times for the day. Like, I just want you guys to know, like, if you do anything, like, just do it in confidence. And literally, men's mind are so simple. Like, they're thinking three things, like boobs, food, sex. Like, that's what they're thinking. So if you're like, which part of the brain do I stimulate? Probably one of those, and you'll get your man to like you. Just remember, be mysterious, be confident, and pull your energy back. You gotta play the push or pull. You have to let them know that you are valuable and you are respectable, okay? That's all I have for today in today's magical, mystical video. I have to keep proving to the fairy kingdom that I am worthy of being a YouTuber so that they will like continue to let me live down here on earth. So that is my video for today. I hope you guys are enjoying the YouTube videos. I'm enjoying making them, and I will be posting 2 a week, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys though. Stay sexy amazing, and if you want to watch any of my other stuff, you know where to find me. I love you, and goodbye.